All praises, honor, respect, and glory is rightfully due unto the true and living power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Waha, Racha HaKodash. Barakatha Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Waha, Racha HaKodash. Double honor goes out to the venerable apostles and elder bishops and Zaquanium who rule and teach Yasha Alawel through the Spirit, all right, of the Great Millstone GMS, all right, leading the flock by example, and are our true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today, labouring in this word and doctrine. And salutations to the hopeful elect out there, noising this gospel abroad and lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, wherever they are located at, in sincerity and in truth. Abba Ratazah, which means Father willing. So Father willing, this lesson is edifying. So inspiration for this lesson is drawn from this article that you can see on your screen. All right, english.nv.ua. And this was dated on the 31st of July 2026, being the year of sellouts, apostates, and agents. Now, today, over here in the UK, all right, Europe, bottomless pit is where I rest at. All right, it's the 1st of August, Saturday, the 1st of August 2026. Okay, and yeah, it's a quick World War III update, Lord willing. All right, and yeah, World War III is heating up exponentially. All right, and there's no more nuclear treaties. Okay, so major US drone facility in Kiev, capital of Ukraine, destroyed by Russian missile attack. All right. Yeah, this warfare is centered between the ongoing tensions between the whore, Babylon the Great America, her constituents. All right. Yeah. And Iran. Okay. So, yeah, Russia has essentially depleted the majority of the Ukrainian military forces. All right. See, so that's still happening. That's still happening. That's turning up. All right. Turn that down. Yeah. Um. So yeah, Russia attacking a key US drone factory is very deliberate and indirect way of teetering the doors of directly attacking the USA. How'd you like the taste of your own medicine? All right, American E. Yeah, the European Edomites and the American Edomites, man, they don't like each other. Satan's divided against himself. That's good. Where's the end of this devil's rulership? Attacking their critical military strongholds. Russia's July 24 air raid on Kiev destroyed a drone factory owned by US company Terminal Autonomy. The Guardian reported on the 30th of July. Says no casualties were reported. The outlet stated that this appears to be the first time Moscow has targeted an American company in its full-scale war against Ukraine. Sources told The Guardian that Terminal Autonomy manufactures precision deep strike drones with guidance systems that are resistant to Russian jamming signals, primarily the AQ-400 Scythe and the AQ-100 Bayonet UAVs. Wow. Russia has intel or intelligence on America's military infrastructure in their backyard. All right. In the case of Ukraine being in their backyard, another example of Russia taking a dose out of giving Esau of America a dose of his own medicine. He's been having military ties to Cuba, which is in the backyard of America. All right. So at any point, Russia can attack the US from his backyard. Yeah. So many adverts on this page. I don't want it to knock off the recording because it can do that. The phrase terminal autonomy refers to the final phase of a kamikaze drone's attack in which AI takes over control of the weapon after the defending force jams radio waves or mobile service. Okay. And AI will play a role in World War III, my personal opinion. You know, in warfare. Must do. Records show that the corporation was registered in Delaware in 2023, and its website states that it integrates AI capabilities into its products. We deploy AI-guided loitering munitions and precision munitions, which are already in active service against enemy assets on the front line. A statement on the company's website read. Former senior U.S. intelligence officer Anthony Vinci said the Russians are indifferent over who owns the drone factory. The Russians don't care who owns the manufacturing facility, it's still a target, he clarified. They don't care if it's American or someone else's. Russian propaganda outlets, citing the Russian Defense Ministry as a source, previously reported on the attack. Alright, so yeah. See, a lot of these peons in America are distracted by the affairs of this life, bread as circus, stuff like that. Alright. Meanwhile, the war drums are beating louder and louder and louder. Let's go to the book of the prophet Jeremiah, prophet of the Lord. Within the book of Jeremiah, of course, there are prophecies. And we'll go to chapter 51, and we'll go to verse 46. And it reads, "And lest your heart faint, and ye fear for the rumour that shall be heard in the land, a rumour shall both come 1 year, and after that in another year shall come a rumour, and violence in the land, ruler against ruler." You see that? So that's the rumour, we're hearing, especially in these modern day times, man. Then these skirmishes, these battles in these lands, which ultimately leads to the ultimate battle, destroying the mainland of iniquity, the sinful kingdom, prophesied to be Babylon the Great America, modern day Egypt, house of bondage. Okay. If we scroll up and we'll go back earlier, we'll go, same chapter of course, but we'll go to verse 11. Right? And it reads, "Make bright the arrows." One of the arrows of these, nuclear missiles, like your intercontinental ballistic missiles. All right. "Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord Yahweh hath raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes." The modern day Medes are the Russians, right, who occupy that territory now. "For his devices against Babylon." All right. And this is a future prophecy. This is talking about America. Okay. Now, ancient Babylon is Iraq, and that's still civilization there. People are still living there, and going about their life there and stuff like that. So it's talking about America, this Babylon. "For his devices against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of Ha'adawan Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, the vengeance of his temple." That's right. Okay. And we'll get a precept in the book of the prophet Isaiah. Again, prophet of the Lord. Within the book of Isaiah, there are prophecies. Chapter 13, verse 17. There are precepts I get understanding. It reads, "Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it." Yeah, your finances will not save you from this. Alright? Devils. And you cannot bribe the Russians off. You ain't paying them off. Okay? They're dead set on going to war with you, and they will. Okay? No amount of money can get them to change their mind. Right? Whoever the leader of Russia is at that particular time when it happens, in the future, in the near future. Verse 18, "Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eye shall not spare children." Fruit of the womb is, your children. Okay. And when them Russians shoot their missiles onto Babylon the Great America, they're not going to care about young children, babies, toddlers, elderly people, families in the park, playing out, enjoying their time with their children. They're not going to care about that. They're going to be destroyed to smithereens, to pieces. Okay? The Russians ain't gonna care. Remember, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, right? Let's get that scripture. Proverbs chapter 21, verse 1. The king's heart, mind, the Hebrew, the word is lab, is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. Right, so the Lord is going to put that spirit on them to do what they're going to do. Right, the Lord controls these thoughts and the minds of these people, these top officials, these leaders, these governors, these presidents, these prime ministers. Okay, right, these people in these top positions. All right, to basically carry out the Heavenly Father's will. All right, simple as that. So going back to Isaiah chapter 13, we'll read verse 19. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Yeah, America is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Ancient Sodom and Gomorrah got destroyed by fire and brimstone. Of course, it's not on fire burning right now. Okay, and America will go out in a likewise fashion. Verse 20. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Yeah, once America goes down and be destroyed, turn into a lake of fire, ain't gonna find people there no more living, having children, building up America. Nah, that's it. It's done for good. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. Exactly. No civilization there after that. Okay. Like you see America right now? Nah, it's not going to be like that once it gets destroyed. Okay. And America will lose World War III. The land mass of America will be completely decimated, turned into a lake of fire. Complements of the nuclear missiles, right, fired from Russia and like China and North Korea and these other nations, right? America's own allies will turn on them as well. And also the high-powered lasers coming from the chariots of the Lord. Okay. Verse 21. But the wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. And the wild beasts of the island shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces, and her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. Hey, it's a future prophecy, but this ain't going to be no 30 years from now. Okay. So, hey, once the fire dies down after a long time of burning, yeah, you'll find desert creatures dwelling there. Okay. Yeah, most likely like Komodo dragons and creatures like that. Lizards and whatever. Alright. But no people. Okay. Owl. Yeah. Yeah, owls and stuff like that. Yeah. All sorts of desert creatures. Yeah, so we keep hearing of wars and rumors of wars, which is what we want to hear and see. And of course that we're going to continue hearing and seeing the things. Okay. It is Bible prophecy. So things are certainly heating up. Iran to get Chinese shoulder launch missile systems in weeks. Alright. Probably even sooner. That's going to happen. If it already hasn't, or it's in the process. Okay. The contract covers like 300 to 400 of these particular missile launch models as well, for the purpose of destroying the USA. Let's go back to Jeremiah, but we'll go to chapter 50. We'll go to verse 9, and it reads, For, lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. So yeah, none of these missiles will miss its intended target, which is America. They will not collide into one another, and the Spirit of the Most High, Yahweh, Bahasham Yashar, will be guiding those missiles. Yeah, and they're going to be extremely, extremely hot. Okay. America's that bully on the block, bullying up everyone. These nations are going to turn on it, man. Yeah. So there you have it. From RT News, Russian revolutionary detained for spying for Ukraine. FSB. That was on the 31st of July this year. Okay. So much things going on, man. So much things going on. Oprah Winfrey is closing a South Africa Girls Academy after nearly 20 years. Could be true. Look at this. The White House just released the truth about fill in the blank. Huge platforms were told to censor and be quiet about the truth. Alright? There's nothing covered that shall not be revealed. Neither hid that shall not be known come abroad. US begins new wave of attacks on Iran, military says. Central Command said the strikes, the first to directly target Iran in days, were a powerful response to an Iranian attempt to attack US forces on Wednesday, of July 29th. Trump collected $13 billion with a B dollars from Venezuela, and now the government can't find the money. Well, man. Feds issue warning as Iranian hackers suspecting a cyber attack. Feds issue warning as Iranian hackers suspecting a cyber attack on Minnesota water systems. Yeah, man, so much going on. And that's all I have on that. I'm going to say shalom.